In a small, secluded town in the United States, surrounded by dense forests, strange whispers began to appear at night. At first, locals thought it was the wind or nature's sounds, but soon realized something far more sinister. The voices called their names, repeated memories no one could know, secret thoughts and intimate secrets. Sarah, a 28-year-old journalist, was terrified when her brother mysteriously disappeared. Before vanishing, he called her, trembling. They talk to me. In the trees, they hear my memories. No one else believed him, but Sarah decided to investigate. On the night she began her search, Sarah drove down a deserted road, surrounded by towering trees and low-lying fog that seemed to swallow her car. The wind howled, and every snapping branch sounded like a step behind her. Her heart raced. Every shadow seemed alive. Every sound carried a presence. Arriving at her brother's house, Sarah realized it was empty and cold. On the floor, an old table was filled with audio tapes, notebooks, and yellowed photos. She picked up a recorder and played it. The initial static gave way to a familiar voice. Her brother's, whispering names, memories, and pleas for help. Suddenly, her phone rang by itself. On the other end, the voice whispered, "Sarah." Desperate for answers, she ventured into the forest behind the town. Among giant trees and shadows that seemed to move, she found an abandoned shelter. On the walls, strange symbols were painted in dark ink, and photos of missing people stared directly at her, as if they knew she would arrive. Inside the shelter, Sarah found an old diary. It revealed that disappearances had been happening for decades, always accompanied by the same voice whispering through corners and trees. The voice was not human. It was an entity that fed on fear and the memories of those who heard it. When Sarah tried to leave, she realized the forest shifted, paths repeating, blocking any escape. And the voice, now mimicking her brother, begged, "Stay with me." Sarah realized the only way to escape was to confront her own deepest, most painful memories. She screamed, cried, and faced every buried fear. For a moment, it seemed the entity might vanish. The whisper, almost human, begged before disappearing. She collapsed, exhausted, in a clearing, with dawn breaking through the trees. Yet, even in the light, a chill ran down her spine. The voice would never fully leave. Back home, Sarah found her phone with a new recording. The voice whispered something only she could understand. A final shiver ran down her spine. The terror hadn't ended. It had only moved.